Fusion. Okay, now let me open the Paint. In our previous sessions so far, let's have a quick recap. In our since first day of the webinar, just give me a second. Okay, so now since first webinar we have been learning that how the data is migrated, right? So I am giving you a quick recap, those who could not attend the last 4 webinars. Here is the source system of QuickBooks, and here is the target system, and these are the steps through which the data is to be migrated. And in data migration, during the data migration, there are so many things that we come across. First is analysis part, then information gathering, and then the design and implementation part. Actually, data migration is a part of end-to-end data end-to-end implementation of ERP in a company. Data migration is a part. For example, a company is switching from QuickBooks to Fusion. So there are so many things that first part is you have to make you have to alter, or if we can say you have to modify the Fusion in such a way that the company should be able to use that Fusion, right? And data migration comes in role when you have to migrate the data of history, right? For example, on 1st of April, the company wants to retire the QuickBooks and start doing work on Fusion from 1st of April. So till 30th March, everything should be migrated into the Fusion. So into the Fusion. So this is how the data migration comes into role. Now since our topic is data migration, so we came across so many things. First thing is downloading the Excel sheet from the QuickBooks. We have to request the company administrator that okay, yeah, please provide us the Excel sheets of the data. Then secondly, we have to, now whatever we receive, that is not up to the date. So what we will do, we will first cleanse and massage that data. This is another task. Then we have to see, okay, massaging is required. Then what type of data is received from the client side? Suppose the client has provided you the Excel sheet. Now you have to make changes in that Excel sheet, because whatever is given to you, that is not immediately ready to use or applicable on the Fusion. So you have to clean and massage the data. And how we clean and massage the data? We will keep the data in first Excel sheet, and then create a mapping sheet, and then we will provide it to the technical developer, and the technical developer will convert that sheet into your test sheet, the first test upload sheet, and that sheet is kept into another staging area. Now in this another staging area, from here the data is uploaded. Now our question is, for example, everything is okay, cleansed and massaged and data is transformed, everything is done, okay. Now what next? You will provide the data or the Excel sheet to the Fusion consultant. Then what he will do, that I am going to explain you. Okay, I have taken a PDF file from a Fusion consultant, and let's see how it is done, right? So first of all, whatever the Excel sheet is given by you to the client, to the functional consultant of Fusion, what he will take, he will do, he will first validate the data. As you can see here, validate button is there, right? 1 minute please. Okay, now let's see this. Now what consultant will do, he will take your data and then he will put the data into his own customized sheets. Now see, whatever sheet we create in Excel, that can't be directly uploaded in the Fusion. So what we need to do, we need to copy the data and we have to put that into the sheet which is understandable by the Fusion. Okay, so that functional consultant will take your data into paper and then he will take your data and then he will copy and paste it into his own sheet. As you can see here you will see the validate button, right? So that validate button will validate the data for any discrepancy. Then what next? We will create the zip file of that Excel sheet, because the procedure is little different. Then we will create a zip file and then we will log in, right? We will log in to Fusion and the internal interface would look like this. Clear? The internal interface of the Fusion would look like this. Now here you have to go to the option which is in the right side and setup and maintenance. You have to go to setup and maintenance, right? Now in this setup and maintenance, now you will see here the initial user. Here you have to select, let me open that particular part, define common function. You will get this, you have to search this rapid IMP, right? Rapid implementation files. And then after rapid implementation files, you have to upload chart of account. See here. Now whatever the basic options are there, so you have to upload the sheet and then this type of ID is created, right? One ID is generated and then immediately look at this, these 4 sheets are uploaded. Okay, then this data will be visible in the form of table, and then here is the complete process ends. So guys, this was all about how the data is uploaded into the Fusion, right? Okay, now okay, so far we have learned about exactly what is the data and how it is extracted and what are these things, how we can cleanse and massage the data, everything. Okay, understood. But one more thing that we missed here, that is the documentation part. Okay, now first of all, let's see, let me open. Now we have to do one more thing. What we need to do, we are going to now learn today exactly upon documentation. In the first webinar I have explained a little bit about the documentation, but today we will cover all these documents in the documentation form. Now you will be asking that what is the use of this documentation. Documentation use means everything that we are going to do, it should be documented. Then only we can justify that yeah, we have done this task. Until it is written in documents, it can't be considered as a project complete, right? I am opening the functional document. Okay, so today we will see what is functional document. So what is functional document? Now see, functional document means it's a document in which you define each and every activity or the functionality. You define the functionality in this document. Now what type of functionality? For example, this is the first page, this is the index page, and then this is the document control page. Okay, now in functional, as we have discussed in our first webinar, that first of all BRD is created, but inside that BRD what things to be written, what mechanism is to be written. So that is why we work in two directions. First is BRD creation, means whatever they require, that is to be page documented. Second is functional document. Functional document means it's a high level document and it shows that how your project is working now. Okay, then let's go to the introduction part. These are some steps. So let's go to the introduction part. In introduction, first of all, you have to write down exactly which company we are working for, right? What they are doing and why they are switching, what's the reason, what type of difficulties that they faced during their traditional software, and why they are moving towards Fusion, what makes them to move from QuickBooks to Fusion. So this is what we are going to write down here. Then purpose of the document. Purpose of the document means, what is the purpose of this document? Who will be reading this document? Purpose of the document means the functional specification document is a document that provides detailed information on how the system solution will function. For example, we have offered the client that, okay, in our ERP system, in our ERP, we will complete the process of sales order creation in this way, in specific way. And if you could show that specific way, in that case it will be considered as correct functional document. So whatever you define in front of them, you have to write down, note it down, and then you have to just immediately prepare a document. Then project scope. What is the scope of the project, right? Now what is the scope of the project? Project scope means the objective of the project is to migrate financial data. Now see, many times company demand that we need only financial data, or we need only the client number data. So there is no limitations, exactly what they want, right? Now this is called the documents that we are requiring from the client. These are the documents. We have already mentioned this in our first video, that how they will Apura, and then these documents will be given by the client, right? So it is not necessary that the client will give you all the documents, because most of the documents they might be not having those documents, so there is no issue in that. Then we will take the assumptions part. Now see, whenever we write any document, we have to put the assumption part also, that okay, we are considering that whatever you provide, that is correct. Okay, assumption, whatever information given by client will be correct. We assume that. Then software required documents will be provided as per the project document, right? Now solution overview. Now in this solution, see, in functional design document you have to provide the solution, and then just hold on, give me a second. Okay, now we are giving the solution overview in functional design document, right? We are giving the functional overview. Now overview means what we are going, what is the workflow, and after implementing our ERP Fusion, what type of things will happen, what type of flow will be visible to you, right? So workflow facility, approval facility, role based access, all these things that we define exactly what they need, right? Then context diagram and data flow diagram. Why I am telling you these? Because these functional documents, functional design documents, and the BRD, these all are the supportive documents. On the basis of data written in these documents, you would accomplish a successful data migration. Data migration is not just like pulling the Excel sheet from QuickBooks and then immediately change it and then immediately upload it. There are so many things. For example, let me show you one thing. I am giving you an example here. If I go to supplier, not this, not this, this. Now you can see this create, update. How do we come to know that we have to provide this facility in that Excel sheet? Because we communicated with the client, and after a series of discussions we came to this conclusion that okay, import action should be create, either update or write. So our consultant will check this out. He don't need to write create and update everything. So based on the discussion of the client, we define and we design the solutions. Okay, then data visualization facility. Data visualization facility is like showing the data into picture form, right? Because many times digits or the figures, it's difficult to read those figures or the digits, but if something shows in front of you like this, let me show you. Something like this. If something like this in front of you is presented, then definitely you would come to know that yeah, it is something related to growth. Similarly, right? So now what we are going to do here, so we have to write all this step-by-step process. That is called the functional design document. Functional means functionality, it comes from functionality. So this functional document shows the functionality of each and every process. In this, technology is not involved. Okay, then the context diagram is now see here, we are going to show you in the functional design document that exactly what they are using. Now what we are providing you, right? Similarly in the sales order, right? Another is okay. Now you can easily see that clearly you can understand that in QuickBooks there is no much facility here, but in QuickBooks we are providing them a facility. Just 1 second here. Yes, so now here you can see here the data from beginning to end, the complete flow is explained. Similarly, you can see how internship is completed. So how this business process, proposed business process design is shown, right? So now after that we have to define the completion process also. See here, we can say here what we are defining, that we are showing them how the process is completed. First of all, it can be done in the manual way. Secondly, spreadsheet upload. Then third is REST API. So we have to give them the options. Then system integration, configuration, and then reporting requirements. What type of reporting is required? Now again, I'm emphasizing that on higher authorities, report is the main concern of the higher authorities. They just need the report as per their requirement. Okay, then integration, what type of configurations you need to do, right, for the integration. Then exception and error handling. Exception and error handling is showing. Why? Because what we are going to do when we work on any project, definitely in one attempt, it's very rare case that in one attempt you complete it. After that, data migration plan, we have to explain them then exactly what data migration plan is, right? After that, contact us. So guys, this is how the data migration process takes place. For the last 4 to 5 days we have been discussing the same thing, that exactly what we have to do. First of all, we have to do the analysis and then information gathering and all these activities. Now let me show you one more thing. Okay, now let's move to the another document that I have. Here is technical design document. Okay, now in this technical design document we define the technical issues, technical perspective. For example, I am giving you one example. Whenever we buy any device like washing machine or anything else, we don't know the functionality of that, most of the person, otherwise everyone knows. So what company does, the company suggests that okay, we are sending you one document and remaining document we will send to you later. So that is why the documentation is most important. Then let's see purpose of documentation. Introduction is over. Purpose of document. In technical document, technicalities are shown. Just keep this in mind, right? Purpose of document. Now who will read this document? What is the purpose, why it is created, and who is going to read this document? So that's the purpose and use of this document. Again the same thing, the use of this document. Now use of this document means exactly who is going to use this document. The technical developer is going to use this document. Okay, now this is the technical document. In this technical document, what we have shown here, the sheet received in such a format and upload it here, right? So this documentation is most important for every person, whether he is in corporate or in any field. Documentation is very important. Now see here, mapping documentation. Here what we have done here, the mapping information is provided by the client. Okay, now list of activities or business logics. Now many times the management face this type of things, that okay, so now let me show you source to target. This is how we have done. I have been telling you for the beginning. Second, here is the process, complete process, that how the data is taken. So first of all, the data is received by the client, by the NetSuite functional consultant. What they will do, they will first clean that data, then inside one person is making the document, and then finally the sheet is ready for upload. Okay, then let's see the process. Here we have to define the process also, because technical document is a document where each and every technicalities are written. Now when we do this practice, we practice this exercise in every migration project, right? So in every migration project we have to practice this, because we can't do ad hoc things like just taking the Excel sheet and immediately upload. We have to show on paper also, on paperwork, that really this project has been accomplished. And this ADDR1 in QB and address in Fusion, I have explained you 3-4 times in our last videos. Okay, then remaining is address in Fusion. Here why automatic process is required. Now why automatic process is required? Scenario, take the following scenario. Suppose I have downloaded the vendors list from source system and we can't to be, and we want to be uploaded, and in the target system. Now if we go through manual process, then it will take too much time. So that's the process. Here I have explained you with the help of pictorial form. So what's this? Let's see. Let me increase. So what's this? Now you can see here the data sheet downloaded from source system. Then remotely the universal unnecessary rows and columns are columns will take time. And then now orange now changes the NetSuite, changes the header names as per the target system. Then remove the special characters manually. So this complete process takes one whole day, right? So instead of doing this we need to click one button in the Excel sheet, and the Excel sheet is ready to upload. Okay. And what configurations are needed? Python should be installed in the laptop. If you are going through Python, then you have to install the Python, otherwise there is no need of Python. Okay, so what comes, these are the configurations that we need. Now let's see another document. No, it's a BRD. Where is the document? Just a second. Okay, now this document that we could not discuss, so let me discuss all these things. Just a second. What we are doing, technical document for, just 1 second. Here is technical documentation for migration, yes, for data conversion. This is what I want to show you. See here, same thing, introduction, purpose of documentation, use of this document. Now what purpose we are serving? Now see, first of all you have to define the developer, that each and everything that you have to do, and you have to document those things. And first of all we have to define, right? For example, we have downloaded the vendors list. I am giving you an example, very simple example of vendors list from the QB. Now that CSV is having the data in an inconsistent format, and we have to remove some data. That's it. This is our main target, right? Then we have to show the developer that exactly what you need to do. You need to remove the unnecessary rows, you need to remove this row, you need to remove that row. Each and everything you have to define specifically to the developer. This is the required way of communication, that you have to keep each and everything in precise manner, so that he can do his task very easily and he can save the time. So now look at this, how we have defined each and everything. Now look at the script what we have written here. In the above image you can see that this data is useless, and you have to they have to be very same. Second hurdle is mapping part, right? So mapping part is a little bit different here. If you see in QuickBooks there are hardly 10 to 15 records, but here in Fusion for one record 4 to 5 Excel sheets are required. So now we have shown here the mapping and then Excel sheet. Okay, now we are having 2 Excel files, right? Now these Excel files, look at this, download the master file and GL files from the source system of in CSV, download files from target system in CSV format. Target system, why? Because we need the headers of the target. So here is, look at this, download the master files and GL files from the source system in CSV format, and download files from target system in CSV format. List down the fields of any specific record, and then list down the fields of some records. map the relevant fields and put it in Excel sheet. Now we have the mapping sheet in which the headers of both the system are there mapped, and with the help of script file. Okay, now create one final sheet which contains the data from the source system, but the headers should be as per the target system. Clear? And then in this way this is complete. Now their new consultant, he takes over the complete details and information, and then finally, is the data matched? Yes, otherwise no. Then so from at this point the data is over. Okay, so this is how technical when we do this practice. Okay, my automatic process required. My automatic process is required. We can do it manually also, but in doing this manually, it's a very time consuming task. Another is same thing, the same image I have explained you. Okay, what configurations are needed. So okay, so guys, this was all about the today's session is dedicated to migration and documentation part. I recommend you to please go through the recommendation part, because whatever work is done or whatever makes the work complete only just because of this documentation basics. Clear? So guys, if you have any question, any type of query, you can note down in the comment box. I will reply them as soon as I get the time. And in our tomorrow's session, we will see 1st to 5th, the complete process from beginning to end. We will cover in our tomorrow's session, complete process. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe my channel. And one more thing, tomorrow in our tomorrow session we are going to learn complete A to Z process. So those who could not attend in my last webinars or last classes, so guys, please attend those webinars and also subscribe the channel. Thank you friends, thanks for attending the webinar.